What's up everyone, it is Sam here from Freshly Squeezed Samples, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a review of the BigKick plugin from Plugin Boutique / Credland Audio. So this plugin was developed by Jim Credland, who actually used to work with Simon Patterson. So for you trance heads out there, you'll be glad to know that this plugin has indeed been made with trance music in mind. And quite a lot of the presets that come with it are trance orientated. So what I'm going to do is basically run through the key features of this plugin, give you a few standout features or the features that really stand out to me, and then I'm going to give you a recommendation. So first of all, I'm going to start with the sample section, which is up here. So the sample section basically allows you to control the attack sample. So if you look in here, you've got a load of samples. If we've gone to factory, and you can see all these. Now these are just clicks. If I turn the body section off here and I play something, you'll just hear the attack part. So I can high pass this, turn down the decay, turn up the gain. So that's pretty cool. And that's the attack part. Now what you could do is just use BigKick to create an attack and then put a sample underneath or layered with BigKick. So that's the sample section. It's really easy to use. High pass, decay and gain. It's quite easy to load samples. You can go next and sort of audition samples while using it with the body. So that's pretty cool. Now one thing that really stands out to me is the waveform display, and I've never seen a kick synth do this before, and it's really handy for a number of reasons, but mainly so you can see how your kick stands up to other professionally made kicks. And for new producers that's hard to do. Often people will find that their kicks just don't have enough body or don't have enough depth and so on, or attack. So that's really nice. I think that's a standout feature of this plugin, and I'm very glad that they put it in. And then we've got an amp section, and this is really simple. I'm just going to load the default patch. So the amp section basically allows you to control the low end or the body of the kick. So if I turn off the sample section, this is just the amp section and the pitch section. So I can control the decay, make more of a big room kick, sustain, so you can pretty much create basses as well, and of course attack. And attack is important when you're layering a sample over the top. You don't want those transients to clash. So that's that. And then we've got the pitch section here, which is also really nice. It can be a little bit confusing at first, especially to new producers, but it makes a load of sense. And the best thing is you've got these tooltips. So if you're not sure what something does, you can just hover over it and it will give you a description. But it's really easy to use. You've also got a tough body mode, which gives you a bit more of an aggressive sound. And one thing I love, and this is also featured on other kick synths, but when they don't have them, it's quite annoying, is you can choose the note of the kick drum. So say your song is in A, you can simply go up to A, and it's in A. And of course that's really important if you're making big room or music that involves a kick with a long tail. So that's real cool. That's the pitch section. Like I said, it can be a little complicated at first, but with the tooltips, it's easy to get an understanding of what does what. And if you know what everything does, you can turn these tooltips off quite easily. Now the next section is the master. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's just a level knob and a meter, but there are a few other features hidden in here. And the first one is the edit section. So what this allows you to do is basically EQ your kick. So we've got this, we want to pull down some of the mid. We can do so. Or boost it. Turn the high shaft. And punch, which controls the transient. So that can come in handy. You've got a bit more editing power there. And we've also got this cut knob, which again affects the area just after the transient. The punch. We've got body gain. We've got high pass, and this is just a simple high pass. It's basically, do you want your kick to be high pass at 25, 30, or 40 hertz, or do you not want a high pass at all? It's good to leave that on 30 hertz because you don't want that low end rumble, and it just saves you having to put an EQ after the big kick. You've also got sample pitch, which only affects the attack portion, I believe. Yeah, as you can hear, it doesn't affect that low end, but that can come in handy, especially if you've got a tonal attack. You've also got velocity sensitivity in case you want to, record in your kick or your drum pattern with MIDI, and you don't want it to be too robotic. You can do that, adjust the velocity sensitivity, and you've also got pitch fixed or MIDI, so you can do that as well, which can come in handy. Now, one other thing I forgot to mention is that you can load your own samples in here. So although BigKick comes with a load of attack samples, you've got a load of banks here. It also comes with a Loop Masters bank and a Dodge and Fast-Key dubstep pack. You can also load your own samples by going into your documents folder or wherever you've got your samples, or simply by dragging in a sample from the browser in your DAW. Now, this is really handy if you have attack. You have kicks that you really like the attack of. You can simply load a kick into this sample section, turn down the decay quite a bit, high pass it, and you just get that little transient, and then you can simply build a kick underneath it with this amp and pitch section. So that's really handy, and one thing I really like about this plugin is the drag and drop functionality, its workflow, and its ease of use. Now, finally on the BigKick, we have the wave section. And what this does, it allows you to distort the kick as a whole. So if I play this at the moment, we've got a simple kick, but maybe we're making techno and we want it to be quite dirty. Can add a bit of distortion there. We can change the phase, which can come in handy, especially if you're trying to correct problems, say with the kick and bass. And you've got 5 different distortion types, so I'm just going to go through those. And the clipper one is quite nice. It's one of my favorites. So that's basically the key features of the BigKick. My only sort of gripe with this is that the browser down here doesn't have a previous and next button. So if you're loading a sample down here, you're basically loading the full kick. Up here, you're only loading the attack sample, and you've got a previous and next button. Down here, however, if you want to preview full kicks easily and fast, you have to go into the file section, file section in the browser manage, click auto load selection, and then you can simply go through them. But what I would like to see is a previous next button here, just for ease of use and taking out a few steps from the equation. But it's no biggie. It doesn't detract from the main features of the plugin. It's just something that crossed my mind. So Standouts really is the big library of samples that comes with it. So I think you get about 300 attack samples or something like that. I haven't added any of my own samples yet. I'm finding this very helpful. A lot of great sounding kicks in here for all kinds of genres. Trance as well, of course, if you remember that it's made by Credland. And I suppose the other big standout feature for me is its ease of use. If you're a newer producer, you'll find this very easy to use. It might take a little bit of getting used to, especially in this pitch section. But it's super straightforward compared to some other kick synths which are overly complicated, and you can get to the sound you want fast. So, it takes minutes to dial in the sound you want, especially if you're starting a new track and you just want a nice kick to start with. BigKick is perfect for that. So, who do I recommend it for? I'm going to start off by saying, and being cliche, that I recommend this product for every producer. The reason why is because it's very versatile, it's not genre specific, but specifically, I'd recommend it for people who want to learn more about kick synthesis, how it's done, and obviously the waveform helps with that. And as you can see there, you can zoom in. I didn't actually know you could do that, but that's kind of cool. Just another feature. And also people who spend way too much time trawling through kick samples. If you haven't got a big sample collection, or you've got a way too big sample collection, then BigKick sort of bypasses that. Minutes of trawling through kick samples, trying to find the perfect kick, whereas you can just make one with BigKick. And also those who want to get creative with kicks, with the distortion functionality and the long decay, you can get really creative with this. Get some awesome sounds, and you can use it for more than just kicks. You can make percussion sounds with it. You could potentially make claps with it if you dragged in some white noise. So very feature packed, very functional, and very easy to use. Of course, if you have any questions, do leave a comment. Otherwise, pick up BigKick. It's not too expensive, about $65, well worth the money, and I guarantee that you'll enjoy it.